Thank you for joining me on my channel. It is my deep passion and purpose to bring awareness to the hoax of the Bible and the awareness of the hoax of castrative religions, that they are people monkeying around with knives and people with bad ideas for others with spiritual force. You know, we've seen some egregiously terrible crimes on some massive scales. Like, as righteous as everyone pretends to be today, no one's talking about male circumcision, which is akin to genital mutilation. People aren't interested in bringing it up. They think men are naughty and they may as well do it anyway. Because that's what the book that talked about the Great Flood said. But as we know, there was no Great Flood. You know, when the Jews being in Egypt, the Great Flood, and Adam and Eve become sus. In the beginning in the word obviously becomes untrue. And then you see the Bible for what it is, a Spider-Man cult. Our special leader, born of a virgin, is going to save you from your doom from our God. It sounds like somebody living in hell, living with a childhood argument. Everyone says they're going down and they're trying to fight everybody at once and they're just making it up. But anyway, it says some hurtful things about babies. It says in the secret moments of the Bible that you should circumcise your young, which is where you cut the protective skin off the man's penis. And every mammal has this protective covering. And let me tell you, missing mine, I notice it's a sharp, prickly pain. The flesh of my glands is forever altered because it's been exposed to the air beyond its intended purpose. I consider it a type of castration and a great sin what happened to me. And I'm pissed off. And I've realized that over 3 million to 10 million men, probably just locally, I could probably connect with 10 million men who'd been through this easily. And within 100 years, we could maybe stop 100 million more men from going through it. My goal is to end the practice, no clipping off any pieces of any baby, man or woman, ever. Ever. Wait until they self-select. Like, it's got to be a 1 in a million problem. There's no none of them need any treatment down there ever. You know, you should be able to touch the genitalia of your children and love them directly. You need, as a parent, apes do this. It's good for the parents to do. You know, if you don't kiss your baby on his butt every once in a while, you kiss your baby on your butt, it'll make a happy person his whole life, and if he laughs, fine. But anyway, I am for good touches because there is proof that human touch heals, human touch relieves, human touch, gives comfort to. Human touch releases endorphins. We know this. I learned when I was a pickup artist in my 20s that touch everybody. They love it. People love hugs. They like being hugged. Of course, we live in a disease culture now. They don't believe in touches because they go, the thing will jump between us. That's okay. I understand that. But I also think touch and bravery go together. You know, you got to be willing to survive. Anyway, I don't want to go too far off course. What I want to say is right now I am declaring a serious end to the genital mutilation of children through questioning religious ideology that supports it and showing how it's foolish. I think we can have a resolution, we can have a revolution where people go, didn't make any sense. A psycho told us to do it. Remember that time that they were told you're going to hell unless you had Jesus? Someone just like H.H. Holmes, the American serial killer who had a haunted house with like rooms that went nowhere and he just murdered people in them. Like, not everyone is that way. But usually people who've been circumcised are that way. And remember, the biblical authors lived during a time of the Assyrians. People used to make mountains of dead people. We can't even imagine that sight today. It's something we can't even imagine. I refuse to make a violent human society the norm, and I refuse to keep harming millions of men. Hospitals have been doing it. They used to teach that babies don't have feelings, so they could generally mutilate them without recourse. All under the auspices of protecting them from hell. All because the Bible says that you are going to hell unless you do this. But it loves you. The Bible's obviously fake. There was no great flood. There's no Adam and Eve. There was no time ever when the whole planet was underwater. Ever. Never happened. So the book recommending all of these dastardly things like giving your life to Christ, the Trinity, all of that, this is early storytelling. This is early culture creation. This is early, you're going to obey the law because words are God and words are at the beginning of time. This is like 10 moves ahead. This is like 200 IQ thinking. But it was also barbaric and harsh, and it said some wild ass shit. You should stop modifying baby penises post haste. All the other mammals have a foreskin. It feels like it should be there. And I missed every day I haven't had it. Thank you for hearing my plea and my message. We're going to get a better earth for young people. I promise you. And we're going to do it through waking up.